Well, howdy, physics sleuths and inquisitive souls, and welcome yet again to another sermon of Sean. So, I wasn't planning on doing any more videos, but I do have to make one more, and that's going to be Monday, to right a wrong that I had done. And that video will be up. It's on the third temple, if you care. But I decided to make another video additionally on top of that today because God has sent me one more vision, one more revelation. And it is my last one, I believe, that he will be sending me for some time, as it's my final lesson that I have to know, to learn the hard way, to overcome, to be who God wants me to be. And it sucks. It hurts. All of his lessons that he teaches me hurt. Because it shatters the illusion that I've been living in my whole life. That it's a good thing to be a human. The humans are good. And there's just a few bad apples making it suck for everybody. But this is not the truth of it. And the line between good and evil is not drawn between this person and this asshole. It's drawn right down the line of your fucking heart. And part of you made the cut, and part of you didn't. It's the way it is. That's why when you die, the Bible and every other religion says the exact same thing, going all the way back to Anubis and the Egyptians 7,000 years ago. Your good deeds go on this side of the scale, and your bad deeds go on the other side of the scale. Whichever one weighs more depends which way you go. That's all there is to it. Spare as spare can be. So, why did I have to make this video? What's this lesson that's fucked me up? Well, it's on the value of virginity and virgins. You see, my whole life, I've always valued virginity more than any other attribute or quality. I'm sorry, but if a girl's a virgin, I just want to be around her and I like her company. And if she's not, I don't want to breathe in my fucking air. And I'm not the only guy that thinks like this. It's very common. But why? Why do we feel like this? Well, today, we're going to dig deep, see if we can't find the root bottom of this. And this sucks. It sucks really hard. Because a lot of people in this day and age, in this matriarchy, this feminist matriarchy that we've been living in for God knows how long, virginity is not valued for women or men. It's just not. And it's a sad state of affairs, and it leads to a sad world that we have to live in and suffer. But for all of humanity, people have understood that there's just something different about virgins. They haven't been corrupted or tainted yet by the ugly side of humanity and what it means to be a human, to deal with your sexual lust and urges. Even going back, Rome, they had the virgins that worshipped like Vesta, the goddess Vesta, and they were seen as above everybody. Vesta's acolytes vowed to serve her for at least 30 years, study practice her rights and service in the Roman state, and maintain their chastity throughout. In addition to their obligations on behalf of Rome, Vestals had extraordinary rights and privileges, some of which were granted to no others, men or female. Now, feminism in its modern iteration, I guess you could say, formed in Rome. That's where, the like the noble women locked themselves in the council of the synod and demanded that they get rights like men, the ability to own property and to not be tethered to men, and have the right to divorce and marry whoever they want, to be sluts, to be whores, is what they wanted. And Rome caved to this. Hey, within about 100 years, Rome had fell. Imagine that. Just like every other culture, every other people, every other empire that succumbed to the whims of feminism and miraculously falls within 100 years, because that's how long it takes to decay and rot away without God helping you. That's the way it is. Virgin Mary was a virgin. God had to choose a virgin to raise Jesus, because if she was corrupted, she wasn't going to be a good mother. And Joseph clearly wasn't a good father, or God wouldn't have allowed him to get taken out so fucking quickly and easily, and not even make but one sentence in the Bible just explaining that he's there and he exists. That's it. Nothing else. You can tell Joseph was not cool with the whole Virgin Mary giving birth to Jesus thing. And he probably wasn't very kind to Jesus. And that's probably one of the many reasons God took him out. Just know this. Jesus' mother was a virgin. And for all we know, she never remarried after Joseph. We don't even know if she ever even had sex with Joseph. Maybe that's why he was such bitter. Who knows? Who knows how that whole thing went down? We don't know. All we know is that whatever Joseph did, it wasn't copacetic with God's plan. So we've established virgins are immensely valuable in the eyes of God and all religions that he has created throughout the ages. But why? Why is it? In the Bible, there's a passage in Revelations, all right? And they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they that were not defiled with woman. They are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they were without fault before the throne of God. These are not virgin women. These are virgin men. The 144,000 that were chosen before Jesus died on the cross, so that when he was resurrected, and as he says, he had to leave and go and prepare a place and come back with that. That was New Jerusalem, God's mothership, which will serve as our heaven when it arrives, if it hasn't already. And Jesus was gifted 144,000 angels to his legion that he controls and that serve him. All the other angels are for God. And their only attribute that they share among all of them is that they were not tainted by sex from a woman. I want you to think about that for a second. Just simply being a virgin makes you so pure and uncorrupted yet in the eyes of God that he will bestow upon you the title of angel when you die. No muss, no fuss, no arguments. It's really quite something if you think about it. Another 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe, I guess, to try and make it somewhat fair, you know? Obviously, some tribes probably had more virgins and more worthy men than others, but they broke it up so that all tribes would benefit from this. Just virgins. That's it. That's their redeeming quality to God. And what does God curse the Jews with when he disperses them for their priest not following his chosen prophets and their decree upon them? Therefore, thus said the Lord, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword. And thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land. And Israel shall surely go into captivity forth from his land. This is God cursing his chosen people, the Jews, for defying him again and again and again. And he cursed that their wives, that they loved so much, would be turned into whores for their enemies. They would get gangbanged and blown out by all the people that hated the Jews. And that the women would love it because they're corrupted now. They're whores. That's what they would love. That's what they want to be. It's really quite something if you think about it. That's God's curse. And why? Why is it that being a virgin is so important and being a whore is such a fucking detriment to humanity and a stain in the eyes of God? Well, I think I can give you some insight into that after this last vision I've received. But first, let me give you an excerpt from the GOAT, Charlie Kirk himself, on what he says about the matter and how it's a matter similar to this.
And he spoke about how when you lie, it's pretty much like committing suicide to the soul.
Is your relationship with the divine, your relationship with your family, your kids, and maybe a close collection of friends, and your relationship with the truth. And you could decide to lie all the time, then you become a tortured individual, and you know those people. You just turn on television, they're constantly lying and they just become like disfigured either emotionally, spiritually, or physically. Because when you lie, I believe you're actually committing suicide of the soul. I really believe that. And
So, Charlie Kirk thinks that every time you lie, you have a razor blade that lie manifests. And you press it yourself with your lies against your arteries. Just a little more every time you lie. Until one day, your lie went too deep and severed your artery and you bled the fuck out and died. At least your soul did. Think about that. It's not so much the act of being a whore or not a virgin. It's all the things that go along with that. Like the lying to cover it up, the lying, like in this matriarchal world where women have the power of sexual selection. How many men have learned that if they just lie every word out their mouth to a woman when they meet them, their odds of sleeping with them go way up, like drastically way up. But in this matriarchal world where women have the power of sexual selection, that's the way to get laid. Ask any of these pickup artists. You definitely don't get laid by telling the truth. That's for fucking sure. And we have whores. And what do? We have whores like Bonnie Blue have slept with thousands and thousands of men. She's known to have pretty much every STD in existence right now. I mean, I don't know if she has AIDS, but I'd be surprised if she didn't. I really would. Know she's got herpes and all the other fucking nasty ones. And she's pregnant. She's about to give birth to a child. What do you think the odds are this child is going to have any sort of a good life or chance to be a good individual born and raised by this whore? Probably from the get-go, starting off with STDs that are incurable, that they're going to have their whole life. Think about this. When you have an STD, at that point, if you ever do find someone that you truly love and you want to be with that person, you're going to have to lie to them. Because if you tell them up front you have STDs, they're going to fucking reject you. Now we're right back at lying. And you have to hurt that person to be with them because you have to give them your STDs and see the detriment that it does to them. And it's all bullshit out there. They're lies, man. If you ask, Google anything, what's the percent of population with an STD, any STD? Oh, it's only 20%. It's not that much. It's really not a big deal. Even if you're a big whore like Bonnie Blue, you know, you're probably going to catch one of them. That's it. Really not that big of a deal. 20% have an STD. But I know that's a fucking lie. Because when I was growing up, I saw all of my friends catch herpes alone. All of them. I was the only one. Because I wasn't a fucking whore. And if you look, the same fucking source. What's the percent of the population with just herpes? Just one fucking STD. Oh, well, globally it's estimated 64% of the population under age 50, that's, 3.8 billion people have SS1 alone. And then you got another 13% that have fucking herpes simplex virus 2. My fucking lord, man. And some of those people are the same, but some of them aren't. You might be pushing more like 70, 75% of people with herpes now. And that's just one STD. And genital warts is almost as prevalent. And then you have all the other STDs that are curable, like gonorrhea, that also equally have just as many infections. We're literally talking about it's impossible now to be sexually active in this day and age and to play the game as women and the matriarchy feminists demand you must to get laid, and you're supposed to go through a whole bunch of girls or boys or whatever until you find the one, and then it just magically works out and everything's great. So they fucking tell you since you're a little baby, but that's not the fucking way it goes. What's happening is everybody who's trying to play the game is catching fucking STDs. And this is fucking destroying your soul. This act of sex. It's fucking disgusting, man. And now whenever you fucking go to have sex with somebody you love, you're going to give these STDs to them, which means now you're just going to want to do a lot of one-off nights, one-night stands, so you don't have to stick around and deal with the fallout. And all the lies that come with it. So let me tell you this vision that I had that God sent me, all right? Back when I was working at the VA, there was this girl that worked with me that I encountered whose name was Jennifer Cheryl Marsh. And she was 24 years old and proclaimed herself to be a virgin. And I immediately fell in love with her because she said the words that all guys love. I'm a virgin. Now I fucking love you. And so I tried to pursue her. I threw all my game at her. And I knew that, she was definitely someone very special to me. But I didn't know why yet. I didn't understand till like a couple years after knowing her. And I did her star chart. And I realized she has the same boon I have from God. She's of the same cloth I am, born under a blood moon, a lunar eclipse. Very powerful blessing by God. And so, I loved her. She was kind and funny and attractive and a blood moon baby like me and a virgin. I tried to hook up with her, but I just couldn't get it done, even though, I tried so hard. And so then I moved on to Germany. After about a year, she just calls me up out of nowhere. Like fucking nowhere. And all of a sudden she wants to talk to me and she wants to know all about me and she wants to fucking, come and visit me and blah, blah, blah and all this stuff. She's leading me on. And I'm like, wow, I fucking love this girl. This is awesome. This is finally God's got my back. The girl that I love is clearly like my soulmate and now she's paying me attention. But it was all an illusion. She wasn't a virgin, at least not anymore. And for reasons that I will never understand, she dedicated herself and her existence to attacking me in a way that is just vile. She would call me up about once every week, every other week, and we would talk for hours about whatever. I thought everything was fine. But there were weird things. I would hear things, she would say things. I'm like, what the fuck is that? She's like, oh, she'd be like, no, not so deep. It hurts when you do that. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck are you doing? Where are you at right now? And she's like, oh, I'm in my room. It was my dog. My dog, I was playing with my dog and she bit me too hard. That's all. I'm like, oh, well, I know she has a dog and I know she lives at home, so this makes perfect sense. No, in actuality, what was going on is she was sniping all the people that she thought were closest to me on my Facebook as my friends, and then going to them and sexually illicit with them, and then calling me while she's having sex with my friends, and then having my friends anal fist her with double fist at the same time and in her pussy too. All while she's talking to me, fucking trying to hide it. And of course, she would mute the phone like for a lot of the time, so she would be saying shit I have no clue what she's saying. Purely, obviously, screaming for whatever. And then she would tell him to stop for a second, and then she would, come back to the conversation and talk to me, and then go mute again, and then whatever. And for me, like I have a lot of weird friends. I'm like, this girl's clearly an odd person, but I really like her. She's a blood moon baby and a virgin, so I thought, and I loved her. But she did this to me for years. For years, like 4 years. And I had no fucking clue. Ever. And then she just stopped calling me one day. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dude? What is up with this whole situation? And some of my friends, whenever I'd see them, they'd have this look of fear in their eyes when they around me. Like when I gaze into their soul. And I could see it. Like my one friend, he came to visit me in Washington, and I took him to my church, and he was terrified. And I took him and introduced him to my pastor, and he introduced himself as a fucking demon. And I'm just looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing? And my pastor looking like, who the fuck is this guy you brought to me, dude? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm fucking doing. Like, he honestly was just so flustered in the moment, he didn't even know what he was saying. But that was God not letting him lie to me in his fucking church, in his house. That was God showing me my friend's true identity to me. A demon who didn't give one fuck about me and lied and pretended. Just like that girl. And he fucked her. And he anal fisted her while I was talking to her on the phone, professing how much I cared about her and how much I wanted to be with her. And God has shown me this now. What she was doing, all these little fucking things, how she was attacking me. I couldn't even tell you why. I never did anything to the woman except fucking try and pursue her as a suitor because I loved her. Never did anything else. But it hit me. My own friend couldn't even look me in the fucking eye without having fear overcome him. And he lied. He never ever came clean and told me. He lied every single time that he saw me and I would bring her up. He would lie and lie and lie to see how comfortable he'd get. And you want to know why God values virgins? Because when she was a virgin, she never did that shit. And the second she lost her virginity, like that very year, now she wants to attack and maim and fucking hurt all men, even the ones that have been nothing but good and kind to her, especially those guys, because they're the easiest to hurt. So fuck them, they got to go first. And my friend that indulged in these illicit sexual activities designed to attack and hurt me, look what it did to his soul. As Charlie Kirk says, it eats away at you every fucking time you see someone you wronged. And every time you open your mouth and have to think and dedicate energy to lying about this and keeping the lie straight, it pulls that away from your soul, and your soul just drowns and suffocates and dies out slowly. It's really sad. It breaks my heart that by design and almost definition, having sex in this modern day and age essentially condemns you to hell, because it takes away the only fucking beautiful and good and pure aspect about your personality and your soul that God loves and values and appreciates. The matriarchy must die so that our civilization can not only survive but prosper. And with that, I bid you farewell.
Like, subscribe, submit.